And it's Monday, y'all. And I hope everybody had a great weekend. And here we are. Follow us on Spotify. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify. It's Monday, y'all. And you can find Fred and I. Speaking of Fred, Fred's brought to us by Comfort Plus Heating and Cooling. My main man, Jersey Fred. What is popping, my brother?
Oh, crazy weekend,
Dude, sports, bro.
Sports. Crazy sports weekend from everything, man. Everything was popping.
Finally, some good college games. Top
great
25
college games. Yes, great college games. Ryder Cup, baseball, and I'm not sure if I think I might have mentioned it the last time, but we're in the semis of the W right now.
We did not mention anything.
I probably didn't mention because the Liberty got bounced, but it's crazy right now that the series is tied in the semis, 2-2, best of 5, with the Fever and the Aces without and Splashaway.
Interesting. We'll talk about WNBA. Hold on. We had some good football to talk about, and we're going Ryder Cup. We're going college football, NFL football. Little bit of WNBA, it's crazy. And Fred, your favorite time of year, postseason baseball.
That's right.
Postseason baseball. But obviously
it's pretty normal as a Yankee fan to be watching the Yankees in October. So it's not anything out of the ordinary. No shock here. But
however, it's not the same over here.
Understandable, and that's why you guys have the 1:00 game Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Oh my gosh, we are 1:00. I got to take work off. Oh, that's fine. That's no problem. All right. First and foremost, Lions get another win. We're 3-1. Okay, we manhandled Cleveland like we should have. Did we play a great game?
I told you they were going to beat up Cleveland, and I told Mare this morning they would win by 30, and they didn't. But I was pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close. We played okay. 17 points off turnovers. Defense played outstanding. They have an amazing defense, which was crazy to me, Fred. I was seeing this morning, they were prior to this game, they were ranked the number 1 defense in the league with only 1 win. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's so early in the season. That's obviously going to change, right? Defensively, we look good. Hutch looked great. I'm a little nervous now. We have 2 injured corners, Terrion Arnold, DJ Reed. That's DJ Reed sounds like it could be a couple weeks. Kirby Joseph went out, came back in again. We get nervous here in Detroit. Injuries were an issue last year. I just hope everyone stays healthy, right? We go in, we have a not doing very good Cincinnati team next week. We're going to, take out both Ohio teams. Most shit's in Ohio. Isn't that right, Fred?
Well, yeah. And also great for the Steelers.
Great for the Steelers, right? We're over here helping you out.
Beating Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincy.
Right. Speaking of Baltimore, Jesus, are the Chiefs back? We'll talk about them in a second.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Lions looking good, 3-1 going into Cincinnati. We're still looking good, man. I'm excited. Keep the momentum rolling. Let's win the games we're supposed to win. But we're on to Cincy next week. And it's going to be a good game, 4:00 game.
As you should be excited. I know it's stupid and cliche, but it's 1 week at a time kind of bullshit. But it is
100% 1 week at a time. It is cliche, but it's so true.
And you don't make the schedule, so you play the games, right? You beat up on the Browns. You're going to beat up on the Bengals. I think that as a Steeler guy, I mentioned this to Jackson Spikes earlier today. I said the Steelers are the worst 3-1 team in the league.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a hell of a game. Well, Fred, what's your thought on waking up and watching football and it being your team? Are you a fan?
Yes, because instead of football starting at 1:00, it starts at 9:30. It's even better.
Which is ideal.
It was because of the game, the way it was running. it ended up running almost to like kickoff of 1:00. It was like, I mean, I had a 15-minute cigarette break.
Which is perfect.
That's all I needed.
Perfect. So Steelers look good defensively. They looked great.
Yeah, my problem with the Steelers is that they don't have commanding wins.
Right.
You know, like
everything's on the edge.
It was 24-6 at one point. You know, and then it ends up 24-21. They have the ball with a chance to tie. Like, dude, like finish strong. Like, you know, like and that's the only thing that pisses me off. Or gets me a little nervous about it. Like I said, I think they're going to win some games this year. Obviously, I just don't. What's that?
They're 3-1.
They are 3-1. Can they beat the Ravens? No. Can they beat the Bills? No. Can they beat the Chiefs? No.
Well,
not sure about the Broncos.
The Ravens are 1-3. Fred, they looked terrible against Chiefs.
I mean, we have a little bit of we got a couple decent schedule. I do at the beginning of the year, I thought 11-6.
Okay.
Now as I go through the schedule again, I'm at like 10-7 tops.
Well, I got you playing the Browns, Bengals, Packers, Colts. Browns and Bengals.
Gotta win 3 or 4.
Okay, so beat both Ohio teams, lose to Colts.
Maybe because that Packer game's at home. That'll be a big Rodgers game.
Oh yeah. Yep,
I'm not totally sold on the Pack yet. I think the Pack is going down Sunday night. This is Sunday.
By the way, we are recording Sunday night. We jumped in right after the 4:00 game. So the Packers game is on right now as we speak. Packers Cowboys. Hopefully tomorrow I wake up. Well, I might watch the game. I got some commitments in the morning. So I might call it an early night. I hope I wake up to a Packers loss. I don't think that's going to happen.
I like the Cowboys tonight.
Okay. You know what I took this morning, Fred? Woke up
early,
jumped on FanDuel. I took the Steelers in the over.
Nice. Smart.
When Rodgers got sacked and lost and they didn't score on that first drive, I was like, God damn it, Fred. I should have took the under.
So that's the other thing. It's like things like that too, getting stopped. We had a field goal blocked. But like I still feel as if like the defense might look good on paper when you look at the takeaways and stuff, but at times it's pretty bad. We're missing.
Well,
we're getting back healthy.
I think that one of the things too is you let up a couple too many big plays, right? Which is pretty stereotypical in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, big plays happen, but I'll tell you what: when they went for it on 4th down and they didn't get it, that would have they were at 38, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me! You're not gonna hit the over. Like I wanted them to kick the field goal, I would have hit the over. I would have been good, but then they let up that monster play.
Yes.
Which is I forget who was the deep ball to?
I think that was Addison up the sideline.
Yeah, Addison on the sideline. Fred, let me ask you this question. Why don't they throw the ball to DJ Metcalf more?
He gets a lot of targets, I'll be honest.
I felt like the big play, the 80-yard one, was awesome. Huge. I just think when you have somebody like that on the team on the offensive side of the ball, you gotta give it to him more.
He got more targets today than he did in his first 3 games combined. Maybe
it's a rhythm thing, finding each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, the problem is too when you don't have a number 2 and they play over the top of them and double. So that's why today they kind of switched it up a little and they were doing a couple quick elongated run passes, stuff like that, quick hitters, which was great. And then the one big one was fantastic. Great ball too, great route, everything. And he's a speedster. But we were out without Warren today. But I mean they looked good. They look really good at times. and then they look really bad at times.
Right.
And I'm glad, of course, like they're 3-1. That's fantastic. I mean, ugly wins, but they're wins. So we just, like I said to you, same thing. We move on. We play Cleveland next week. We're off next week, but then the week after we're back at playing Cleveland. Okay, so like it is what it is. You know,
Cleveland, Cincinnati, not a bad.
It does help that the Ratbirds are losing. Browns don't look great, and Joe Burrows is out. I mean, that definitely is in our favor.
Yeah, opens it up. But speaking of teams that are, good, bad, what's going on in Atlanta?
I don't know. I just thought they were going to be a great team too. It's like they played great today. Playing a hurt Washington club though, second string quarterback. You're without your quarterback and your number one receiver.
What are you talking about? They got Mariota. Guy was a stud last week.
No, he was. I just don't. I mean, it's not what you wish for, but I think that Penix, that whole team seems like super deep and offensively.
Bijan. So, I mean, you would think again. You want to talk the cliche on paper? They look like they would have a solid team. Right?
I thought they were going to be amazing. I love
them last week. I bet them last week. I bet them last week, and then I didn't bet them this week, and they go off.
Yeah.
But I know that you're getting a lot of buzz over there on your side because the answer in New York, it's Jackson Dart.
The answer has arrived out here. So
100 yards passing.
100, like 111 and maybe like 50 yards rushing. He's like a glorified. He's like JJ McCarthy in college.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were going to say he's a glorified. What's the
Tebow?
No, the guy in New York. What was it? He played good for like 3
Tommy
games.
Cutlets?
Yeah, like Tommy Cutlets. Glorified Tommy Cutlets.
No way. No one. He can't even hold a fucking flame to Tommy Cutlets. The Jackson Dart, big news this week. Everybody was fired up. The savior, they're calling him. So listen, they beat a good team too. So it is what it is.
I think, look, I hope, no offense to Jackson Spikes, because I know he's listening. No offense, but I'll tell you what, the Chargers didn't do themselves any favors.
No.
So, I mean.
No. But, again, they won, right? They got the win. Now, I was trying to explain that to a couple of my Giant fan friends, and I'm like, dude, yes, you guys won the game. Fantastic. But is that what you were looking for the answer? 110 yards passing and 50 yards rushing? That's you're happy with that?
Win. Yes. If I was in their shoes, I would be ecstatic right now. You would be too.
Nah, man. I don't know, man. You are
a realistic fan. Like you never really like.
I am realistic. That's why 100.
I'm not saying that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're not going to win a ton of games with 110 yards passing. I mean, right. Danny Dimes is slinging the ball around for 300,
and I lost.
Lost because of Michigan's sweetheart's husband.
Yes. Michigan sweetheart's husband, Stafford throwing a bomb to put a cap on the game.
First play too, and then Danny Dimes
got it, bro.
Of course, dude. He's with Michigan sweetheart. I mean, who has better than him?
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna lie, Fred. After the Lions game, I played a little. I was all-time QB. We had a 2-on-2 game in the backyard. I'm not gonna lie, I got outside the pocket, threw a sidearm to Dax on a slant, and he ran it in. And I called it right there. I said that was just like 9. I threw it just like 9.
Just like 9. Was Sarah cheering you on with the blonde wig?
She was not. She was laughing at us because Frank got in the game, and I tried to juke Frank, tweaked the back.
Not good, dude.
Not good. Not good. Frank had 2 strip sacks.
Well, he's feisty.
He's a shifty one. He's a shifty
Yes.
one.
You gotta
But it
watch
was a
out for
heated game in the backyard after the Lions game, though.
I could imagine.
Heated game. Dax had a nice pass breakup on a kid who was like 6'5", but I underthrew the ball, so that helped.
Nice.
I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. But so we don't know, we're going to know what's going on with the Pack. We still have 2 more games: Cincinnati, Denver, Jets, Miami tomorrow. My pick 8's busted. Chargers, Bucks killed mine.
Chargers got me.
Chargers got you. I knew my Bucks pick was a long shot, but in the pick 8, like, you have to take 1 or 2 long shots in order to win money, because if you just pick easy ones, not that any ones are easy, you're going to end up with $12 at the end of the week.
Yeah.
In the pool we are, by the way, in the pool we are.
Yeah, I won 2 weeks ago. It was $15.
Yeah, you got to take some wild cards in order to win money.
Yes. It's weird because last week there was 2 winners. That's it.
I saw that.
Come on.
But I'll tell you what, Fred, when I picked my pick 8 last week, I was like, okay, I'm going to win this because these are easy picks and win like $10. But the Packers killed everybody.
Yes.
Because everyone had the Pack.
Yes.
Everyone had the Pack. All right, let's move on. We have postseason baseball, Fred, your favorite time of year.
Yes.
Our Detroit Tigers. Look, we're in.
Yeah.
We're in. We're in.
You live to see another day.
Terrible way to end the season. Terrible.
Biggest collapse in MLB history.
We don't need to talk about that because we made the playoffs.
Exactly. No.
Is it still a collapse? We made the playoffs.
But yeah. And you know what? Here's some inspiring news. I feel like the last time the Rangers won, they blew like an 11-game lead, came in as a wild card, and ended up winning the whole thing.
Look, it's all about catching fire at the end. So
and right now it's just, I mean, dude, if you look at the streaks between the Tigers, it's bad. It's I think they won 3 out of 16 of their last 16. I mean, it's not a good feeling to be a Tigers fan, but at the end of the day, it's game 1 with Scooble on Tuesday. So it doesn't really even matter. Yes.
Clean
I mean, are you that nervous about playing the Indians? Or the Guardians? I don't think so.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I posted something on social media on Facebook. I didn't even share it with you because you're not on Facebook. But I said, who do you blame for this meltdown? And Fred, I'm telling you right out the gate, 90% of the people on there, I probably had 40 some comments, I want to say, and it all went back to the exact same thing, Fred, you have been saying for every single year that I've known you is, damn it, spend the money when we need it and fill holes at the trade deadline. That's exactly what people are saying. And it's not, look, my Facebook family out here is a bunch of Joes watching sports. They're not calculated. They're just sports fans. And the writing is on the wall. It's blatant. It's right in front of your face. And my problem is I don't understand why the Tigers don't make these moves when some Joe on a couch over there saying, look, it's clear that we have holes. Why not spend the money? Right? Like it blows my mind.
And I think that one of the reasons is the division.
Because we keep being high, we're up in that division, which is a weak division, so it makes it look better than what it really is. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. To put it in business perspectives, your main competitors aren't spending money, and you're still winning. So that's where you have to
That's
listen,
how mediocrity sets in.
exactly. Mediocre city Dan Campbell. That's
Calm down, Fred. Calm down, Fred. That's not what it stands for. It's Motor City Dan Campbell. And I don't even know why you're talking about Dan Campbell. We're talking about the Lions.
Well, we're talking about mediocrity. We're talking about mediocrity. So we are talking
Dan
about
Campbell is far from mediocrity. And you know that, Fred. Well, you're just a little slap happy just because we're doing an evening podcast.
Super Bowl or bust. And then I want you guys calling for his head.
Get out of here. That will never happen. Why? He is the chosen one here in Detroit.
That makes no sense.
When him and I go get our coffee on Telegraph or the Starbucks every morning with the little dogs, I bring Frank, he brings the little dog. Every Monday we're getting coffee, which I've got to cancel on Dan because I have a golf outing. But we just shoot the shit, Fred. And he is the answer in Detroit.
Okay.
I'll tell you who wouldn't put up with this bull stuff would be Dan Campbell if he coached the Tigers. He'd make them spend the money, just like you're spending money in the Lions.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's at one point what's going to happen is we're going to find out where they stand next year with the Tigers. As of now,
meaning what?
As of now, you can't blame that. Listen, I'm a guy who I want my owners spending every last dime they have. It don't come out of my fucking pocket. I don't care.
I mean, it does, Brad. It does.
It doesn't.
That hat you're wearing, that has something to do with it. You buy one every year on your birthday, Fred. I know how you operate.
Christmas.
That's some of your money, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I should say that's Mary who's spending the money because she buys you one on your birthday every year.
But also, I did buy a Tigers hat this year. So and I bought a Boston Red Sox hat. I lost a bunch of bets this year. So,
you did.
But you can't blame management right now for not picking somebody up at the deadline when you were up 15 games. So it's a little different situation. What you can blame on management is after next season when Scooble wants 400. That's where it's gonna. And also, do you try to sign Glaber again? You only had him for 1 year. He had a great year. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. He's gonna want a 3-year min.
Okay, let me ask you this: how old is Glaber?
He's like 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's best of 3 starting Tuesday.
All in the same place.
All in the same place. So we're on the road 3 days.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Ohio. Now Boston is coming to the Yankees. I know Nolan's he's going to be excited, right?
Yeah, he was there over the weekend up in Boston.
Of course he was.
But I mean, I expect him to be in full pinstripes next Monday on the podcast.
Okay, we didn't have him on. I didn't call him, but should we just throw it out there? Nolan, the bet's on.
I mean, if he's got to do something for me, you know.
Okay, all right. He's in pinstripes. Where's that put you? We'll put the bet out there.
I mean, listen, I still have the hat. I didn't cut it up yet. You know, I will wear the hat.
Seems like a lot.
Well, we are a lot though. Like you're talking, like these are different. We're in different atmospheres right now. That's why.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to when I post the pod on there, I'm going to call Nolan out. Do you accept the bet? I don't know if we can get pinstripes on him, but we'll get a hat on him. We'll get a hat on him.
Definitely
we'll get a hat. We'll get another hat bet. You obviously already have a hat bet. You already have a hat.
Yes.
We'll call Nolan. I'm going to throw Nolan on there. Best of 3 in New York. I know he's going to take the bet.
Yeah.
He's going to take the bet.
Of course.
Because they put a whooping on you guys before. How confident are you we're going to take this series?
I feel pretty good. It's not a team I want to play. I don't think they want to play the Yanks either.
No.
It's just it is what it is. It's Yankees, Red Sox. It's the greatest rivalry in sports. So it just sucks that it comes in the in the wild card round.
So
I mean, we had the best record in the AL.
If we beat the Guardians, you beat the Sox. Will we play each other? Right?
No, we would only play each other in the ALCS.
Okay.
Winner of your series goes to Seattle. Winner of ours goes to Toronto.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be interesting. It should be a big week of baseball. We'll hit Nolan, see if he's down for the bet, and we'll have him on.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be down.
You think he's going to take it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's diehard. I mean, he's like me. I would never not take a bet. Probably. But like, it's going to be a great series, I think. I think that if we're going to talk streaks again or how we ended the season, Yanks won 8 in a row, 11 out of 12. I mean, I don't know. I think that I think we have a better chance of beating the Sox in the wild card round than if we had played them in the divisional round and had a week off.
Gotcha.
If that makes any sense. Just because like right now, Judge is pretty hot. A lot of these guys, like 8 in a row, listen, everyone's a professional team, we don't make the schedule. So a lot of people were like, oh, well, they won 8 in a row, but they played the Twins and the White Sox and Baltimore. I don't care. I didn't make the schedule. So should we have lost those games?
Speaking of streets, did you see the DM that Nolan sent both of us?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I must have. What it say?
Instagram. He sent it on Tuesday night when we lost, and it was basically the clip from the podcast
about who we want to face.
Yeah, and about saying how speaking of streaks, we were on one at the time. And he's like, if you guys don't make the playoffs at all, I might have to
post this. Yes.
And then I thought to myself, I really have to stop recording everything the stupid shit that I said.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the tide has changed drastically at Comerica.
Drastically seems like an understatement.
It is, and I don't know what other word can capture the biggest collapse in MLB history. But
calm down, Fred. We're in the playoffs. You can't say it's the biggest collapse in MLB history. That if we didn't make the playoffs, I'd get down with it. But we're in the playoffs.
It's the biggest collapse in MLB history for the division. Now, when it happened with the Boston Massacre, 78, whatever, up by 14 games, whatever, there was no wild card.
Oh.
This is the biggest collapse in the history of MLB.
It doesn't count, Fred. We made the playoffs. It doesn't count.
Yes, and I agree. Now it's a clean slate, but it's not. You can't be comfortable. That's if the Lions lose their last 3 games of the year, are you going to feel comfortable going into the playoffs?
No.
So, I mean, imagine losing fucking 13 out of 16.
Calm down. All right, let's move on. Postseason baseball is going to be huge this week.
There's a reason why Detroit and Cleveland are playing at 1:00 on a Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, and the cream rises to the top. And Boston and the Yankees are playing primetime. There's a reason for that. This is not it's so
the boys can cut out of work early and have cigars on the patio and watch the game. That's why it's in the afternoon. We requested afternoon games.
It's more of a big market, little market thing.
No. We 100%. Requested afternoon games so we can have cigars on the patio.
Stop it now, please. That's silly.
Right, Moving on. We'll just see what happens.
I mean, there's kids in school on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. They can't even watch the Tigers play. That's how much that's
huge schools this week, Fred, due to the playoffs. Schools closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
That's a huge impact on the city.
We close schools.
If I'm the Illiches, I'm demanding prime time. Not that you would get it because the Yankees are playing and the Dodgers are playing too.
At least you can ask.
Can you come out there and say we asked?
Yeah, right. They said
I don't know. I really don't know why, and I'll be honest, I'm being dead serious. I don't know why they don't flip it around a little bit. Like I understand on one hand where I was saying the whole market thing, but on the other hand, you can't expect I don't understand how you can expect a team to play at 1:00 every day. Why not 1:00, 3:00, 6:00? Give them one of the, because, like the Cubs game is at 3 every day. And I get that but that's 12:00 in San Diego. Like they're playing the Padres. So why can't
that's like, I didn't even, you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's like your brother-in-law is going to be watching the Tigers at 10 a.m.
That's what I said to Mayor. I said, dude, the games are going to go on the West Coast at 10:00 in the morning. So, I mean,
I don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it, but I think if you were in school, I mean, Jackson Spikes would drop out of school.
Yeah.
And because of the way that we're taught out here, we just wouldn't go to school.
Right. Absolutely. All right, we got to move on. We got a couple other things to talk about. Ryder Cup. The greatest event. So there's so many things I want to talk about, Fred, because I'm very curious. Speaking of Ryder Cup, Andrew and I again had our last member guest, Indian Wood. Fred, we took 4th place again.
No hardware.
Bridesmaid. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Never a bride. We did, however, take 3 skins. So we got some cheese coming our way.
Okay.
All right. But respectable 4th place. We played well on day 2. Shout out Andrew Smith, State Farm.
How many teams are in that flight?
15.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Hey, we hung in there. We did our part.
Did you sandbag to get into that
like I say
flight?
every year, Fred, Andrew and I, next year is our year.
Okay. Yeah, in true Detroit fashion.
Next year's our year. I told him as we're walking out, I said, don't you worry, bro. Next year's our year.
Of course.
But we're running into like the less popular event this weekend, the Ryder Cup. Friday and Saturday, the U.S. just laid an egg. Embarrassing, to say the least. A lot of people were complaining about the matchups. At the end of the day, like I said it to Sarah like a couple weeks ago, the European team is stacked. I feel like they have better camaraderie. The Americans are just typical Americans. They're just arrogant. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what it is, right? And I think they went in there like it's home. We're in New York. We're gonna manhandle these dudes, and those guys just grind it. They beat our ass on Friday and Saturday. Now, Sunday was a little bit of a different story. We made a little better run. So what I did is I just started doing parlay picks on singles matches, and I picked Europeans. I had to. Now I lost, which is fine because it was great golf. It was great golf. I had the multi-screen outside on the patio. The sound on the Lions game muted the Ryder Cup, but the boys played good on Sunday. They played good because their backs were against the wall.
They made it respectable. It went. I mean, it was the Bethpage beatdown until Sunday.
Bethpage beatdown. It was until Sunday,
and it could have been closer. Actually, to be honest, the putt that clinched the 14, comes up short before the clinching putt. He makes that putt, and you're at 14-14 right now.
Right. There's two ties in Ryder Cup history. That would have been insane.
Well, yes, but they only needed 14 to win. But but right now you're looking at 14-14 and you're there. I mean, and 15-13 is nothing. If Friday and Saturday went a little bit different and Sunday went a little different and it ended 15-13, it might have been the greatest Ryder Cup. Like, but it just the fact that it was a beatdown on Friday and Saturday, I was like not even interested in tuning in. So I was I was on my phone just like looking at the matchups on the singles. And then when they started putting a little run together, I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it started out all blue right out the gate. Like, and I was like, oh my God,
dude,
here we go. 3 days in a row.
I think they got up to 10.
Right.
They had like 10.5 to 3.5.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But let me ask you this, Fred, and this is more or less like, obviously we lost at home, embarrassing to say the least. Chances are we're going to lose again next year in 2 years. I don't know where that is off the top of my head, but obviously it's going to be overseas, which sucks because that will be 3 in a row for them. And I do see that coming. I'm going to call it right now. We're going to lose on the other side of the pond. But the question I want to ask you, Fred, is a couple things. When this podcast started at the beginning of this season, I don't know where you sit, and this is going to kind of go from there. I was done with Rory. I'm done with Rory. I said this was going to be his year. He won the Masters. After that, I was done with him. I was done with his antics. I was done with his bullshit. He seems whiny now. I'm over him. Okay? I announced it on the pod. I said I was over him. I'm even more over him after this weekend. And I want to ask you this question, Fred. They were complaining about how they were treated and what they were being yelled and blah, 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 blah. And you know how rough it is in New York. New York people don't hold back anything. When we're over there, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We have to hear ole, ole, ole the entire time. They're John. The problem is Rory's such a punk that he can't take it. So he turns around and tells somebody to shut the F up, which we all know. We were all 16-year-old boys at one point. When you tell somebody to shut the F up, it's going to make things worse, right? As a professional, you keep your mouth shut and you do your job. What is your take? Do you think the crowd in New York was out of hand? Should Rory have shut his mouth? Or did you think that the crowd was out of place?
No, I thought that listen, I'm good with how it played out on both sides. I'm good with the crowd, yelling shit, but I'm also good with Rory telling somebody to shut the fuck up. I'm good with that too. Like, I'm not mad at that. There's a lot of shit that is said to these athletes, and it happens a lot in basketball. They kind of point it out a little bit more. People are right.
Okay, hold on. I think you're getting carried away, in my opinion, right? Because basketball, it's totally different. It happens all the time. This particular tournament is different, okay? Right. This particular tournament is watched by viewers and loved by viewers because of the antics that go on in the crowd and the camaraderie and the way that these guys celebrate. You want a nice and quiet little tournament. Why don't you go that's the Masters. This is not the Masters. This is a different environment.
No, and I'm okay with people heckling people. I don't mind that at all. And I get the whole environment of the Ryder Cup. It's a little raucous. But it's supposed to be, and that's cool too. Listen, anything to make the sport more enjoyable, I'm all for. And I think that heckling golfers will definitely make the sport a little more popular for the average viewer, not Joe Schmo. But I'm not mad at Rory heckling back. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's just to me. I get where you're coming from. I understand, but he is just a whiner, in my opinion. And it's like, dude, you have to take it. You're a professional. Like, why are you charping back? Like, it makes you look. I think it makes him look kind of like a punk. Like, just do your job, dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean, is somebody outside of your office yelling at you? You're not going to yell back at them while you're doing your job. You're not going to tell them to shut the fuck up.
Okay, that's a good point. I'm probably going to say something.
I'm going to stand outside of Oak and Stone, and I'm going to scream obscenities at you. And when you come outside, I'm going to say, just do your job, dude. Get out of here. No, but I will say this to Rory, though.
Fair. Okay.
When they say this shit about, it being, it was bad for them to treat people this way, and the New York crowd, that whole bullshit.
You know, a lot of people tagged it as a New York people. I'm just saying, Fred. That's the East Coast welcome committee.
Well, no, and yeah, Bronx cheer, but like I'm okay with that. But let me tell you something, Rory, if you're listening, because I know you are.
Yeah,
our third string quarterback, Skylar Thompson, got held up at gunpoint Friday night, early Saturday morning in Dublin.
Yeah.
I mean, is anyone talking about how terrible the fandom is in Dublin?
That's a great point, Fred.
And
I hope Rory is watching.
I'm assuming he is, and I'm assuming
he is.
He might know who did it.
Chances are it's his cousin.
It might be if it's somebody that he definitely knows. Word spreads fast in Dublin.
Without a doubt.
So I want them to get to the bottom of that. I want them to get to the bottom of who stuck up Skylar Thompson, our third string quarterback. Great kid. So he's out enjoying, some time at the pubs in Dublin like everyone else. And this is what happens to him. Did anyone pull a gun on Rory at Bethpage?
No, not at all. I didn't see anybody. I didn't hear about it.
I didn't hear about that. I mean, did he get mugged over the weekend while he was having a nice dinner somewhere?
Right, exactly. I think this is a great point, Fred. I think
this and I want answers.
Makes sense.
Rory, DM us, get on here on the pod, and defend your country.
Defend your country, Rory. Defend your country. We are almost out. We got one more thing. I want to talk a little bit about college football. Obviously, Michigan was off. Michigan State was off. We didn't really get to see, but we got to see some good games. We got Oregon, who beat Penn State. Great game.
I told you Alabama was going to beat Georgia.
You did say Alabama. Is Alabama back, Fred?
They are back, yes.
All right. I was looking at Oregon's schedule. They should win out.
It's
not that hard.
Yeah, the LSU Ole Miss game was amazing. That kid from Michigan.
Where? From
Michigan.
Where did he go to college? You know?
He went to Ferris State.
He did go to Ferris State, Fred. He was a Bulldog, my friend. I actually have it written down here.
I don't need it to be written down. I know my Bulldogs.
I just wanted.
They're 4-0 right now. They had the week off, actually.
They did. They are 4-0.
So I know you're in the Ring of Honor up there, but I'm a big D2 football guy. I know all about the
guy.
I'm a GLIAC guy.
Makes sense.
But yeah, he did go to Ferris. He didn't, and then Ole Miss. Kid's a stud, dude.
They're talking about him for the Heisman. I know it's early. It's a little crazy, but
to put up those numbers against LSU is different. That's not.
Here's the game I'm looking for. Georgia, Ole Miss, October 8th.
All of the games in the SEC are crazy. But yes, we will see. But LSU, man, putting those numbers up like that, that's huge. Yeah, he had a great day. There's a lot of good teams out there. We'll see how it shuffles out. I'm glad that we're expanding the playoffs. That makes all of this even better.
But this is what I'm saying, Fred. This is what I'm saying. What the people on TikTok are giving us a hard time about. These are the games we want to watch, kids.
Yes.
Again, to Fred's point, we don't want to see Arkansas Community College versus Arkansas. Nobody cares.
Yeah. And I get it. The place was packed. Great. I get it. The place was packed. They
had nowhere else to go.
Yes. I mean, come on. Yes, this weekend was, the Florida State game Friday night was amazing. It was great, but this is the things that, like you just said, these are the things that we're talking about. We're talking about ranked teams going head to head and then putting up a great game.
Yes, that's all we want to see. We want to see great games. We don't want to see blowout.
No, I don't. But it was good. We'll see. I think Notre Dame's a really good team. I think that if they run out, and make the playoffs. They'd be a tough team to play.
Right.
But I also think that, like, the U, I mean, the people are,
They're
Ohio
back.
State. Ohio State didn't look, I mean, commanding. I mean, but it's Big Ten. You're not going to just blow everybody out of the water, like, but there's a lot of good teams, man. It'll be interesting to see how they like divvy everything up with the expanded playoffs.
Yeah, I'm excited for top 25 college football.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
All right. That wraps up almost everything.
I want to say I didn't finish. I have 2 episodes of Black Rabbit left.
Oh, okay. We're getting that's good. All right. We're on the same page. Shocker. We always are, Fred. We always are. Shows to watch. You have 2 episodes left of Black Rabbit, so we won't talk about it. I will tell you this, that I sent you the show notes. I said great ending. That's all my notes said. So I think you're going to, you know what? I'm not going to say a word. I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Okay.
I literally stumbled across a show on HBO that I want you to check out. It is currently three episodes in, so you might want to wait a little bit. It's called Task with Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo?
Look at my boyfriend is always on it.
The other kid in the show, there's a Jersey kid. Kaylee Cuoco's man. He dates what was that? The flight attendant.
Remember? What is he? I'm looking this up real quick because I want to know.
You remember the show, The Flight Attendant?
I do not remember the show, The Flight Attendant.
Oh, great show. Kaylee Cuoco.
How do you say it?
From Howell, New Jersey, went to Rutgers. He's a Rutgers kid.
Makes sense. Yeah. I'm looking at this right now. Let's see if we know him from. Oh, he was in Ozark.
Yes.
Okay.
But Kaylee Cuoco.
I thought he was in more stuff.
Yeah, his girl is Kaylee Cuoco. She was in The Flight Attendant, which is a great series.
Okay, I got to check that out. I don't know anything about that. I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, write it down.
Write that down. So I want you to get on that one. I think you're gonna like it. But I understand if you give it time because nobody wants to watch week by week. It's terrible.
Yes.
Terrible. Have you jumped on Platonic yet on Apple?
I haven't, but I saw it on there, and we immediately had just finished The Gilded Age. Great show.
Gilded. You have a smirk though. You have a smirk, Fred.
Well, I have a smirk because I'm not sure you're into period dramas.
No.
So it's from the late 1800s. It's the beginning of New York City.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, if you're not into like Downton Abbey or any period dramas, you probably wouldn't.
I did watch The Crown though.
Crown's amazing, but
it was more or less like Sarah was watching it, and I kind of started getting into it, so I didn't hate it.
Okay, yeah, and I enjoyed The Crown as well. I just think The Gilded Age I liked, me personally, is because it wasn't a period drama that took place in England. It was a period drama that took place in the U.S. when money just got to New York City. It's building the Brooklyn Bridge. It's like real shit. So it's kind of cool.
All right.
JP Morgan, the bank. No, I was just saying we just finished that and we wanted to jump right into the Black Rabbit because so many people are talking about it.
So good. So good.
It is
honestly,
great.
I want people to comment on this. I think that social media kind of talked about it a little bit, but not enough. I just don't think it's enough. I don't think people know about it. I don't know why. Maybe people didn't like it. I don't know how you didn't like it.
Jason Bateman is a treasure. But I'll tell you one thing that threw me off in Black Rabbit is, can we just find New Yorkers to play New Yorkers? Or why is Jude Law slipping out of his accent? What? I love Jude Law. I love him.
I love Jude Law too.
But there's no reason not to get somebody from America to play that part.
Who do you think should have played that part?
Maybe Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts. I gotta look this up.
Pope of Greenwich Village, like someone like that.
Oh, okay. He's too old though.
Yes, he is. Okay, so yeah, so I mean, I just feel like someone of that type of like
I got you.
actor, but like I love Jude Law, love the guy, but he does slip. Like if you listen, he slips in and out. Yes, and I don't know if you watched Landman.
Love Landman. My
Okay.
favorite show.
And one of our favorite actors of all time, Mr. Ham. There's no reason to get a guy like Ham to try to play a Texan when he can't do the accent. Just say it was a cousin that came from New York to come down there.
Fair.
Like that was kind of weird to me. Look, Billy Bob Thornton can do anything.
Anything.
So it doesn't matter.
Amazing.
Yes, and
I can't wait till the second season comes out.
Oh my God, I'm dying for that, and Friends and Neighbors or Neighbor. That I can't wait till that comes back out. There's a lot of good things coming our way.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna look into that one. It's
Gilded Age. Gilded.
All right,
yeah.
I'm on.
I will say this. Shout out to Barry Manilow. Dropped a new single. Upcoming album is coming out. If you want to hear something good, Barry Manilow's new single, tear jerking. I mean, it's just amazing.
I can't. Fred, he seriously came out with a new song.
Yeah, he's gonna have a new album.
How is it? What does he do? What is he trying to prove?
He's not trying to prove anything. He's just giving. He's very giving, and his fandom is. It's not just. It's not continental. It's global. Like he has a global follow. If I'll forward you the Barrygram I get every month. And you can see on there.
You have to be by far the youngest Barry Manilow fan by 35 years. And you are not a spring chicken, my friend.
I'm not. I did send my mother-in-law a text of his new schedule. He's going to be down in Tampa. And she said, wouldn't be as much fun without you.
We're going to end on that. All right, Fred, I'm going to see you next week and talk to everybody soon. Take care, y'all.